Hello, greetings and salutations. Welcome back to the BFC. Let's get into this. Lots to talk about.
No way! Right in the kanyiging! God damn it! Oh!
Okay, well, this isn't how many of us wanted to go into the weekend, but here we are nonetheless. There have been multiple theories as to why we're in this position, why CYBL is caveat emptor now. One of those being maybe it was the interview that I had with Mark and Brett, but I thought it was a clean interview. I didn't ask anything inappropriate that I think would have been inappropriate from a legal standpoint at all. I kept everything clean. I gave them the questions ahead of time. So I don't think that has anything to do with it. Now, despite what some of you think, I'm not a paid pumper. Anyone that has followed me thus far knows I'm not flipping trades like a diner flips pancakes. I truly look for investments long term. Now, do I like to flip the OTC from time to time? Hell yeah, I do. It's fun. Let's be real. That's why we're all in this, to make money. And I do plan on sharing my winner flips, many of which I plan on retaining shares long term. But the truth is, I'm not a paid promoter, and I haven't even accepted a penny or a dime to promote a stock. Have I been offered? Yes, I have. I'm not going to say who or what, but I'm not going to accept the paid promotion. I'm doing this because I like it. The truth is, I'm doing this because I love to learn the ins and outs of the OTC. I love sharing my love of bourbon with you guys, and I thoroughly enjoy talking to the leaders of great companies like ILIS and CYBL, and I really enjoyed that interview with Mark and Brett, and I really enjoyed that interview with JP of ILIS. I look forward to having them back on, and I look forward to having many guests on. As a matter of fact, I'm going to have CJ on crypto tomorrow, and I hope to release that interview in the next couple days. So let's talk about the CYBL issues. They just released a tweet. Let's take a look at this. All right, dear CYBL shareholders, we are gathering all information to understand what has transpired and will respond to OTCM immediately. Our course of action will include disclosing additional confidential and proprietary information to assist the OTCM in understanding that the CE designation is inappropriate for the business and removal is necessary. We will continue to fully comply with OTCM, including having new attorney opinion letters issued. The fundamentals of the Cybl business continue to grow beyond plan, and the company's mission remains vital to all markets we serve. Additional updates will be provided once all information has been collected regarding the CE designation. That's great. I hope they fix it. But the truth is, this shouldn't even be an issue for this company, especially with all they have in the pipeline and the people that they're bringing on board. People who had some comments on here, Moon Market did reply, and he states, "We were under the impression that you were in constant communication with OTCM markets. It does not seem like CE would be given to a company in constant communication. What's really going on here?" So there are a lot of people that have money invested that are definitely concerned. I'm one of those people too. When I bring you guys information, I want to always try to bring you the most accurate information possible. That's one thing that I will always strive to do. And I will always admit, if I have it wrong, I'm wrong. And that's life. That's how you live, you learn. All right. That's why I'm doing a lot of what I'm doing is to learn and educate. Self-education is great. But let's go to that section of the interview. I want to look at this clip again. This is when I bring up pink current status and the preferred A and C. Let's take a look at that, and then I'm going to give you guys my final thoughts. All right, here it is. Here's the question. This is what we've all been waiting for, and this is purposely why I put this in the middle of the interview. Many shareholders are extremely frustrated with the pink current situation. You guys have communicated with us throughout this tedious process. As frustrating as it is for us, I could just imagine how annoying it must be for your management team. What can you share with us regarding the process and why it has taken so long? And have these things been cleared regarding the preferred A and preferred C class?
Yeah. So first of all, the buck stops with me. So it's my responsibility. I take full responsibility for it. The reality is we were growing so fast. If you look back at where we were 2 years ago versus now, it's just
a different company.
It's just been unbelievable. Now, along the way, right, you try to source the best resource you have at the time to do the job you expect to be done. I can't, quite frankly, manage all of that while I'm, doing things like we were doing in, Europe this year. So things slipped, and I let some people do some things that they weren't qualified to do. Thankfully, the OTC is here to protect us all. So we're straightening that out. It's taken longer than I wanted. A and C, as I was mentioning earlier before the video here, those are those are shares that have been around for a long time, right? The A shares came into existence in 2003, just to put things in perspective. So the fact that I didn't have in corporate records right now the full provenance of who owns those, we knew there were 8 shareholders. I had to go through, the big we, not just me, some extraordinary lengths to try to retrieve those records, and it's taken some time. Everybody got to watch the saga of us redoing and removing the 700 million shares. This is similar, but in this case, this had to do with records that a former, unfortunately, he's passed away now, board member of ours who was responsible for that. And we had to retrieve those records. So we got them. We think we've satisfied the curiosity and the inquisitiveness of OTC markets. I do expect that this will be it. And we have, fundamental records of who's got what and where. That'll be reflected now in the A table. And again, there are 8 shareholders. I think all the shares at this point, if they were diluted, is something like, I can't remember, guys. Don't hold me to it. It's a little bit of shares, very little bit of shares. Just like the C, it turns out the C are, fundamentally going to be held by the universities. It looks like there's not a control person. That was another issue they had. So anyway, we've been able to get through that. It's taken some time. We've had some false starts. I quite frankly was really upset the last couple of times we had to amend things. It's just embarrassing. I'm putting my signature on that. I don't want that to be the case. What we're doing now, just so everyone's clear, is we've got a new group that we are working with. There are, fundamental capabilities there that are going to get us from where we are now to SEC filing, regulatory filing. We've been an SEC filing company before. I do expect by, first, second quarter next year, second quarter, probably more likely, will be audited and we'll be filing in the normal way. Now, when we do the uplift, that obviously is a fundamental requirement. So we've been working on this for a while. And, honestly, the foreign subsidiaries and getting those audited has been a real challenge so that it's acceptable here. And we're working through that. And if you layer on top of that some current issues we have with needing clearances that we didn't anticipate last year, that we absolutely have to have this year, it's really causing us to accelerate all of the auditing that we're doing. So we should be, I think, in the US, pretty well done by the first quarter. We're going to have to make some decisions about how we maybe put some of the foreign subsidiaries in a firewall so that we don't have to worry about our clearances. More on that as we go. Again, these are real-time things that we're dealing with internally to make sure that we're actually serving the broadest opportunities we possibly can. So that's, I guess I touched on audits as well, but that's really what's going on right now. And it's taken a little more time. And quite frankly, as we've, turned the organization towards these massive opportunities, we've had to really consider how do we need to be structured so that we are capturing the opportunities that are available. And that's, again, real-time work happening.
And so that you can also withstand the scrutiny that's going to come along with this too. Like, I mean, remember, this isn't like, we're not selling apples to, the supermarket real quick. Like, I mean, this is a little different. Like, this is, like I said, it's hard when you can't talk about half or 75% of the stuff you do, you know what I mean? But it's like, remember, this is a different game that's being played now.
Yeah. Just to build on that point, some of the reduction in communication we've had has been based on the advice and direction that we've been given about some of the things that we're involved with. So it's frustrating to everybody, I understand, but it is also a matter of security. It's a matter of optimizing the full potential in our future endeavors. So it's just the way that things have to go, and we will report the results and we will deliver.
Okay, so I'm still with these guys long term. This really sucks for now. I hope they get it resolved. But when I look at the company itself, and I'm not looking at the stock and what's going on with the disaster of filings happening right now, I'll tell you, the quarter-on-quarter growth is stellar. The year-over-year is stellar. these guys are moving in the right direction. The newly added Cybl defense unit is awesome. The people that they're bringing on board, high-profile people to be advisors on that board. With all these things going on, I'm with these guys 100%. But things need to change, and things need to really start getting executed at a level that makes shareholders comfortable. Because right now, we're on a rocky boat. Seriously, like we want to get out of this. We want to get out of CE. We want to get out of Pink Current. And even though I make light sometimes of the situation with Pink Current, because that's the kind of person I am, I try to keep it positive. That's just me, But the truth is, we need to start moving up and out, or up and to the right, as Mark would say. So these are just my thoughts. I'm not going to sell. I'm not even going to attempt to sell, because the truth is, pre-market is going to hammer this thing, and I'm going to outweigh my cost of loss. And the truth is, if there's that, there's no way I'm gonna even attempt to sell it. There's no way. Pre-market's going to hammer this, and quite frankly, I have strong conviction in the company. Brett Rosen has strong conviction in the company. He has $6 million invested in the company, and he's not going to be able to dump his shares into the market. That's just the thing that can't happen. So, yeah, does he want to get bagged on $6 million? No, he does not. Do I want to get bagged on $12,000? Absolutely not. For me, being the little guy, that's a lot of money. So remember, this is not financial advice, all right? I'm just, sharing this journey with you guys, sharing what I'm doing. And remember, take care of numero uno. Take care of you. Plan your trade your plan. Listen, guys, look out for yourselves. Remember, there's more that binds us than breaks us. You guys hang in there and have a great rest of the weekend. Peace.